got Miss Kenya on here. Can you share a little bit to Kenya? Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. So we went
Okay.
over the list. So can you just share a little bit?
What was that again?
Can you share a little bit about your final inspection that you just had that you scored a 100 on?
I'm glad it's over with. It was a breeze because I didn't have 5 people to come visit me. It's only one person that came visit, and the rest of the people were on Zoom. So that was good because I didn't have to have all those people in the school and have everyone just looking around digging in your school, you know. So I'm glad one person was there. She had her phone on Zoom, and you know, we met in my office because you have to have your office cleared out for the evaluator to go inside that room in private. So it was good.
Okay. So how did you feel afterwards?
Relieved. Really want to smoke a cigar, and I don't even smoke. So yeah. But I was very relieved because it was a long time coming. When I first started my school, I started my school from the ground up. So I didn't have a lot of funds. You know, I had funds, but I had to manage it, and I ran the school by myself for quite a while, and it became very tiring. So you have to decide, whether you're going to hire somebody or you just going to try to keep everything in-house because you have to save money up to do NACCAS, you know. So you have to spend money to make money. So hire someone that's going to do your NACCAS, all your NACCAS paperwork for you, and just run your school. Run your school and run a good programs, clean programs. Don't be hustling and all that type of stuff. Just run a clean school, and everything would be okay.
So what did you do after the inspection?
Well, I congratulated everybody that was part of it. For as my school consultant, my staff, and my students. And the reason I did that, they said that I did it, and I told them no, we did it because we all worked together. We all put in long hours, and the students did their part also because they interviewed students. So you don't want a student to get in there, and you do have some students that's gonna get in there and tell the truth. You know, hey, it's a good school, or no, we don't learn. They're never here. They're always gone, or we don't know when we have in school. So they're gonna tell that. They're gonna talk about their experience. So my students just told what happened. They come there, they learn, they get educated. I'm the school mom, you know, I love them. They love me, and you know, they leave, you know, come back and we do it all over the next day. So just having a program that you're gonna stick with the curriculum, you know. So if the state tell you to teach them this subject, teach them that subject. And if you want to add some advanced stuff on, because I do a lot of salon hands-on stuff, I work with them on that too. But another thing that she was talking to me about, she said that she never went to a school that had all the products out on the floor. And so sorry about it.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know where you left off hearing me.
About the products, you never had been to a school where they had all those products.
Okay, so the school is set up in a salon environment. So it is staged like an actual salon would be staged. So when you have your cosmetology area, it's staged. It has everything like you would be if you were doing cosmetology. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. And the nail area, pedicure station, aesthetics, barbering area. Everything is staged like you're in a real salon. So she was blown by that because I had a lot of products out, for them to use. And I did show her the inside of the dispensary, and she seen that it was tons of products there. So when they see that you have a lot of equipment, products, and they feel that you are teaching your students what they need to know. What was something else? Oh, they're gonna check your hot water. So if you don't have hot water, or your hot water heater not working too good, make sure it's working well. They're gonna also turn on all of your dryers. So if your stuff popping and tripping and doing all that crazy stuff, get you a electrician to come over there. Don't get bootleg jack. Get you somebody that's gonna come over there and do it right, because she turned on all my dryers to make sure they didn't trip. I do know that. And I was like, okay, but do what you gotta do. They check your books to make sure that your books are within 10 years of within 10 years. So you can't have anything from 1978 over there now. You just got to get you some current books, okay? They're gonna check the 10-year marks on all your books. So whatever subjects that you teach, they have to be for 10 years.
About the water fountain.
It has to be hot water. You have to have hot water. You have to have water coolers for your student. So I have coolers that I got from Sam's, and she's gonna ask you about cups. So they do have cups at the bottom of the cabinets. I do styrofoam cups, and then I also let her know that they can bring their own cups in, and we have bottled water up front. So we have snacks up front, juices, sodas, that type of thing up front. But your snacks are not what they're looking for. They're looking for that you do have fresh water for your students.
So what about the fire extinguisher?
Yep, they check that. Thank you. They check the fire extinguishers and make sure that the fire extinguishers have been cramped for that year. So every year you have to get those checked. So those were good. They check for exit plans, fire escapes. So you gotta have a fire escape. My fire escapes are in each room. If I have a large room, I put 2 inside of them. So I have like 2 of those. They want to know that you also have employment, field trips. So I have a bulletin board that has the card for jobs, like a job post site. I have that.
What about the sign on the wall? All work by supervised students.
Yes. So for the state of Georgia, it's worded different. All work is performed by students. That's what the state of Georgia says. And then I had to do the one that NACCAS wanted. So we had 2 up there, and I seen that she was looking at both, and I told her, yes, this is Georgia rules to have it verbiage this way, and NACCAS wanted verbiage this way. So I have 2 signs up. They mean the same thing, but you just have to make sure that that works. Will a water fountain work for water? Yes.
Did they look at your outside sign for the school?
They looked at the parking lot. They looked at the curb appeal, because I have curb appeal in my school. My sidewalk is like sweated out. So we have fall things out there. We have scarecrows. We have flowers outside. I have mats with the school name on them on the outside of the doors and on the inside of the doors with Albany Beauty Academy logos on the inside and out. Also, where my doors are is logo, and it has theory room, aesthetic suite, dispensary. So all of my stuff is labeled. Financial aid office, admission office, everything has my logo, and it has the room number on it. I just made some room numbers up. I did 123, representing my birthday, stuff like that. So I just did numbers that mean something to me. So those are the numbers on my doors.
Okay, they do anything about the bathrooms?
They made sure that it was clean. Inside my bathroom, I have, let's say someone's going through domestic violence or human trafficking, they're homeless, whatever's going on. Where did I leave off at?
You were talking about, heck, you was talking about so much. Maybe the room. The bathroom. I asked you about
Oh,
the
okay.
bathroom. Yeah.
So if someone is going through a crisis and the area where it's private to them to be closed off is the bathroom. So they have all those 1-800 numbers, and they have human trafficking numbers on the bathroom. So you have so much stuff going on now that we have 1-800 numbers that they can reach out for help, because I don't have a counselor, and I'm not going to take on that load as being a counselor. So I felt it was best for me to put it inside the rich room.
Okay. Trying to think of other questions that they would want to know.
I see some questions up, but every time I look down, it's like they be going real fast. I'm like, hold on. It's 10:45 here, so my eyes moving slow.
Oh, okay. Is it a scheduled NACCAS inspection, or is it at any time of the school business hours? So was the inspection scheduled?
They had me down for November the 2nd, and they just come. They're supposed to come about an hour before school starts. So my classes start at 9 o'clock. She started about like 9:30, and we took an hour break, and she left at about 1:30 or 1:45.
That November 2nd visit, when did you know that you was going to have that November 2nd visit?
Probably about 2 months out.
2 months before, okay.
Yep.
All right, I don't know if we have any other questions. Anything else you want to leave them with, Takenia? Somebody that's just opening a school or thinking about opening a school or whatever.
Don't rush doing it, because I did another credit agency before, and I don't know if I shared that with you all. I don't know if you all were on here, but I went with COE in 2018, and I did it myself. They came and visit, and I failed. So I had limitations, and I got through the paperwork, but when it was time to get everything corrected, I kind of struggled with that, and I didn't have a team. So just build you a team. So with that being said, they have a lot of programs out there now with COVID that the Department of Labor would help you with employment. So I'm working with some programs now. So I built my team off of those programs. So that helped me out a lot. So you don't have to pay them. The state will pay for them working. And then once they graduate, not once they graduate, Lord have mercy. Once they finish the program, then you can opt to hire them. And once you hire them, they'll be paid $9 an hour. And then they reimburse you 75% of what you paid. So it's like I'm losing 25%. And it's not a loss, because they help build my school. So they do everything. It was like I was doing like 10 different things. So now I have actually like 3 people working for me. Well, really 4, but 3 is there every day, and then I have 1 that comes in probably like 3 times out of the year. She'll come in and make sure that the school is ran correctly. So you just have to build your team. If you're doing it by yourself, I don't recommend you to go through accreditation until you have a team, because you got to be able to run your school effectively. Your school has to run just like if you're sick, your school got to run. So that's basically what they're looking for. So when I did COE the first time, it was just me. And so when they came and inspected the school, it was just only me. And that day, I closed the school down because I was afraid that I was not going to be able to teach and plus do a tour with them and entertain them, because you have to make sure you have to, like if they ask for you, you have to be there. So it was a lot. But on my application, I put that I was the only person that worked there. But when they came, I got a limitation on it. But you seen on my application, I was the only person that worked. So I don't understand how it was a limitation. So it was crazy.
With COE, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So with COE, I did that because somebody else was doing it, and I wanted to have a buddy to go along with the process. So that's one reason I did it at the time. So when I got my
Nope.
my phone, I mean my internet or what's going on.
Okay. Somebody wanted you to repeat about who do they contact about the employees? The
in progress.
you get the employees.
Who now?
They want to know who to contact.
Department of Labor
Okay.
is working with
I typed that in.
like a pro. I don't know what state you're in, but they have COVID relief. Like if it's someone that is displaced because of COVID and on the job training, something of that nature.
Okay. Somebody asked about the photos. So basically, out of all the students, they just picked a sample photo list, right? Just a few photos.
You said for us the photo. You said the photos what now?
Right, because they didn't check all of your student photos. They
Oh,
only just pick, they just select a handful of few. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. So
Right.
they selected 7 students,
Okay.
which wasn't bad. So since it was only one person that came in, I had to get all of the items that they wanted and scan it in. So I had to scan it in 2 Fridays ago. So they'll tell you what time, like, okay, so you have to let her know what day you're available to do it, because you have to set that date aside. It's not like you can just go in there and it'll be over with real fast. So they give you 30 minutes to upload each student. So if she got with me at 9:30, for instance, I'm just gonna guesstimate. She told me I had to have everything in by 2:30. So, but you can't be in there with that cheap equipment either if you done got off of the SWAT meet now for scanning. You got to get some good equipment that's gonna scan. So the scanner that I have, it scanned 100 pages in 30 seconds.
When did you know what students they were going to pick?
That the same day.
That morning when she came?
No, the morning that I had to send it in, that I had to email it in. I had to scan it in to NACCAS 2 Fridays ago.
So you scanned it in 2 weeks before.
Yeah, right.
So you already knew what files they were going to be looking at.
Right. So when they came to my school, She didn't ask me anything about files no more. That was over with. They did they checked the files
At the home
before
office?
the lady got there.
Okay,
So I didn't have any findings on my file. My file was like immaculate.
okay,
Versus the COE scare when they first came, my file was jacked up. Like, ooh, jacked up.
all right. Well, we thank you, Takenia, for sharing.
Did you
We-
answer all questions?
Let's see. Uh, yeah, nobody else asked anything. They're just saying congratulations.
Thank you, you all. It can be done from a correction officer to a school owner. So, hey, I'm still standing.
Hmm. Well, we're gonna have to get you back on to Kenya for a full night when you free.
Okay.
All right. And we thank you and you keep up the great work.
All right. Yeah, just keep going.
All
Don't
right.